Nik Bonitto met with the media yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, they're going well. I feel like there's been good communication on both sides. I think, it's just my agent. I feel like he's one of the best in the game. I feel like I got to trust what he's doing, and knowing how they feel about me upstairs, I feel like something will get done, but it's just a matter of when. And, until then, I just got to keep doing me.
Nick would also talk about the decision that went into having the little procedure on the bone spur in his foot. That's now done. He said it started with the 49ers practice where we then saw less and less of Nik Bonitto.
Nik Bonitto's agent from South Carolina, Tory Dandy. So not one of the normal names that you hear, the Condons and the Steinberg, the mega agents. So just interesting. Giving him a little plug right there, but continue.
I think it's very clear that they are going to wait until Micah Parsons signs. And there were 3-4 follow-up questions after Bonitto talked about, the team likes me, they're getting stuff done, and they're having these conversations. It's the least of my worries to get a deal done before the season. It was typically what you heard from players of like, hey, I'm going to focus on football. And what that told me was like, dude, they're just waiting to see when Micah signs in Dallas, and the very next day or 2 days later, he's signing a long-term deal in Denver. I don't think, especially having, it's not an injury, it's a procedure, right? And he hasn't missed any meaningful football this year yet. It would be a very reckless decision of the Bonitto camp to go, I'm going to bet on myself again, going into a year where my offseason was not fully healthy. While Nick had a great offseason and has had a wonderful camp and had an awesome showing in week 1 of the preseason against San Francisco, like he had one drive that was all about Nick. 3 straight plays, 2 quarterback hits, and a sack. I wouldn't risk it if I was his camp. As soon as Parsons puts pen to paper, I would go, all right, let's go right underneath Micah. Because we're not Micah Parsons. That Nik Bonitto is not Micah Parsons. He doesn't play enough comparatively in terms of percentage of snaps per game. But I would not bet on myself again, knowing that my offseason was not completely healthy, which it hasn't been.
A little deeper dive on Nik Bonitto's agent, Tory Dandy, who now is a managing partner and co-head of CAA, which is massive. It is one of the most significant sports agencies. There is good news for Denver Broncos fans. So Tory Dandy was the agent that got the Pat Surtain deal done.
Okay.
With the Broncos.
And that's an envious deal around the league right now.
So maybe Tory's not going to get.
It feels like the McKinnon deal now.
He's not going to get team friendlied again.
I don't know.
That may be where it's
Maybe he will.
The other ones. So it's interesting. A couple of significant contract negotiations that Tory Dandy, agent for Nik Bonitto, has been a part of. A.J. Brown got him the $96 million 3-year contract, $84 million guaranteed with the Eagles. And I'd say ultimately that's paid off, huh? And then CeeDee Lamb. He was CeeDee Lamb's agent as well.
Where does A.J. Brown slot? A.J. Brown slots in terms of average value around wide receivers in the league. He is at 6th. He trails Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
So, of note, Dandy, just talking about the potential for a long-term holdout negotiation problem. We'll see. We don't know if that's going to happen at all. It doesn't appear
Nick's
to be.
Not holding out.
It doesn't appear to be headed in that direction. But in addition to the A.J. Brown deal, CeeDee Lamb deal, Pat Surtain, the second deal, of note, Dandy has also been in charge of DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel, of which neither player ended up staying with the current team, their team of origin. Deebo Samuel, obviously now he's a Washington Commander. Got that deal done. DK Metcalf, no longer a Seattle Seahawk. Different.
That was
way
different.
Longer in the tooth. Certainly has been around the league a whole heck of a lot longer than Nik Bonitto. And DK Metcalf had already been in his second contract. This was a third contract situation. Deebo, I think this was second. Was it third? I think Deebo's, what is he, 5th year, 6-year player? Doesn't feel like he would be a full third contract player yet.
Debo is 29 years old. He has
30,
played.
probably third contract guy.
Yeah, no, this is a second contract.
Oh, it is?
Wasn't Debo's a second rounder, so he would have played 4 years. No, this is second contract.
Okay. Commanders is second contract.
Yes.
So I have all the hope and belief that a deal will get done between Dandy and the Broncos in due time because they have already established good negotiating equity between the two sides.
Again, I would
Pat
not.
Surtain's the great. That to me, that's the awesome illustration of something gone well.
On the text line, the 508, there's no way Bonitto's making close to what Parsons will be making when your career high in sacks is 13.5. Why would they be waiting for Parsons to sign? I'm not saying they're waiting for Parsons to sign so that then the Bonitto camp can go over the top. That's not going to happen. The reason why you would wait for Parsons to sign is because he then assumedly resets the market. Let's say he makes 41.5 on average.
Did I just learn a new word?
What?
Assumedly?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Would then go over TJ Watt in terms of average at 41.5. That then automatically raises the floor for what Bonitto can make. I'm not saying it's Bonitto's turn to then go over the top and make 42 per year. No. But if he waits for a big-time contract to reset the market, he inherently makes more money. That's how the free agency market works. That's why you would wait for Parsons. Not because you think you're going to make more than him or because you think you can even make in the same realm. It just raises your salary floor.
I'm just proud of you right now because assumedly is a word. I was going to call you out and say it wasn't because I was thinking presumably.
It's also a word.
Which that would be used with more frequency than assumedly in the English language. It's a great job. Assumedly a real word. Proud of you.
Just trying to not get got.
Do you, as a Bronco fan, 303-504-0925, Alex Ryanemi as a lifelong follower of the Broncos? We won't call you a fan necessarily, or yes or no, because you're an analyst for the Broncos. Do you want Nik Bonitto's deal done before the season starts? Is it best for the franchise?
Yes. It's best for the franchise to get it done.
What's best for the player?
Get it done before
I
the
think
season.
so too.
And
that's where I believe a deal will get done.
If he was not dealing with the bone spur issue, if he had gone through camp completely healthy, I would say go ahead and wait. That's fine. Because then if you start the season on like this torrid pace and you're leading the league through 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, then you get the deal done. You can bump up that number even higher. But God forbid he goes into week 1 and he's fine. You get, sack and a half against Tennessee. Game number 2 finds another sack against Daniel Jones. But then game number 3, that bone spur starts to act up a little bit and he misses week 4. Maybe he misses week 5. Then you get into this negotiation tactic. If you're the Broncos, you go, like, you really want 30? You really think you're worth 35 at this point? We can't trust you to stay on the field. What's the main reason that Coach and I, over the past couple of weeks, have told you that Nik Bonitto, while he is amazing, is not in the same realm as Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa?
Snap counts.
Snap count percentage. If you get hurt, you're not going to sniff it, man. You're going to sit at that 62% that he was at last year. You want to make $40 million? Not only do you have to be a 13, 14, 15, 17 sack guy, you got to play 85% of the snaps.